Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Great to be geeking out with you. I'm super excited. And thanks all for being early. That is awesome. Krish, you were first. No surprise. Yes, it got delayed by an hour. I got a bit behind doing some Linkfree stuff, but we did deploy some cool features on Linkfree. So that's super, super exciting. And everyone say hi in the chat. Don't be shy. Today is going to be, as always, a very chilled, safe, relaxed live stream. And we're going to be reviewing your open source projects and profiles. That's the one. So great to have you all here. Thank you, Krish. What else have we got? Suraj and also Tahir. Hope I pronounced that okay. So great. And Adhish, hope I pronounced that right too. Welcome, welcome. Great to have you all here. Dragon Warrior, Mitchell, Sanjay, Amir. Awesome. Love having you all here. Well, let's get started. Let's not waste any time. I'm excited to see all your great content. So let me share my screen and let's get started. So what have we got today? Well, let me make this a bit bigger for all of you. We have our support repo. And I did do a video recently shouting out some of your projects. So you may see some of these issues have changed. So let's go all the way back to the end. And as always, we'll go through the list and then we'll go to people in the chat as well. So we should actually filter these out. Actually, I forgot that live stream review. So thank you everyone for submitting and go to the end. And what have we got? Okay, let's have a look. We have, I think I should have closed this one because there was no link, no GitHub link. Okay, so I will close that later on. You don't need to see me write that. Let's have a look. And again, no GitHub link. Let's skip that. Not doing so well this morning, are we? But I think, we'll get there. Here we go. We have a repo. Let's have a look. What are you all thinking? I love it that you're all saying hi in the chat. This is awesome. So we've got swap code from Algeria, Rising Power. I love hearing where you come from as well. It's epic. Chrissy, Mountains, Nizaz. That's a hard name to pronounce. Not very many letters, but quite hard name. So my apologies. Nizaz, hopefully I pronounced it okay. Apexa. Love having you all here. Great way to spend Saturday. Thank you so much. So let's have a look. So we've got a repo. Let's have a look. And what are your first impressions, right? Share that in the chat. It's not just my opinion. I also want to see yours as well. Let's have a look. So first impression, 22 stars, 13 forks. I think that's what we always look at first. I see this green tick. This stands out for me. Like, this is important. Has it got like a automation running, and is it a red cross or a green tick? So that is cool. Other thing that stands out, it's got a description, so Windows Notepad, and it's got deployed versions. You can go have a look at it, which I think is important. They're still using the master branch, not the main branch. That's probably something they want to update. I also see the last commit is 24th of Feb, so nothing too recent. So it would make me think maybe the project isn't active anymore, and there are no tags. But they do have issues and pull requests, which is good. There are some numbers up there, which is great. What else have we got? No releases. That's something they definitely want to add. I should be writing this down actually. So let me do that. So we'll say looks great. Some suggestions. So we will say, I think the releases is quite an important one. So suggest using releases, and then packages if they're not using that. Is that here? What have we got? Oh, on the wrong tab. Let's move along. Packages is not being used, and that's fine. Not all projects need that, but should hide it then. I can remove the words suggest. We can say hide packages section if not used. Right? If you don't have to use all the features, and if you're not using them, then definitely hide them. I think that's really, really important. Yeah, they're pretty old. We're going to always start with the oldest first. Hey, if we start with the newest first, Mountain, we'll never get to the oldest. So we'll start with the old, and then we will go to the chat and see who's sticking around and supporting. So, yes, takes time to go through them. But, you can also help and go look at them as well. What else have we got? And some of these projects are probably still active as well. So that's also interesting as well. But this has had everything happen kind of within 1 day, 1 month, and all the dates are the same. So that's kind of doesn't look reassuring either as well. So they got deployments. I think that looks good. So I think that's good. What else? So a quick look at issues. They've got an issue, help wanted, and it's high priority. And they've got these are some dependency upgrades. Let's have a look at what I always suggest is let's look at the community standards. What have they got? There's security policy, but that's not the end of the world, and no pull request template, not the end of the world. But everything else is looking good, so that's definitely looking positive. Are they using project boards? They're not, so probably hide it. I suggest hide packages section if not used, and also project tab. X, I think it's an S. So yes. What else do you notice? Are GitHub Actions being used? They are. So that's good. How's the README looking? Is this... They've got a README, okay. That looks pretty good, I think. Table of contents, which isn't needed so much anymore because you do have it here already on GitHub, but still, it still looks good. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Should we move on to the next one? What have you all suggested in the chat as well? Let me have a look. Hey, Tamal, how you doing? I got my resume matcher in this project. Okay, cool. So let's close that one and move on to the next one. No one with any suggestions on this? No one has any thoughts? Okay, refresh that one. That was the notepad one. Let's move on. I think we might have a profile next. What is this? This is a profile. Let's have a look. Okay, so let me leave some thoughts. What do you think? What's your first impressions? For me, the profile picture kind of is not of the person, which makes it less personal. So I'm going to leave that as a note. But what do you think in the chat? Profile picture to be of you, or something unique, like your pet, or if you don't want your face in your picture, you could have like, I don't know, you looking out on some buildings or mountains or whatever, and then it could be the back of you. So it won't be your face, but again, it's just something that's really personal. I think is important. Passionate front-end web developer. Okay, sounds good. They haven't got any socials, so they've got a bio, but they haven't used socials. So I suggest add socials to GitHub. But GitHub bio, what can I say? GitHub section on the left. Make use of those features. I don't think you should put too many links. Maybe put your link-free link in there. Just extra 10 points there for sure. And they've got high, great to see them. Maybe too much is animated. I think be selective, I think. So maybe too much is animated. And else they've got 6 pinned repos, which I think is okay because their profile is kind of short. If you have a very long profile, then you probably don't want 6, probably want like 4. They had a good kind of run of open source here, and then a bit of a gap, which is fine. And then they've picked it up again here as well. They could add the contributing graph to the bottom of their repo as well if they wanted to. Otherwise, I think it looks good. What do you all think? I'm gonna look at the chat. Yeah, too many GIFs. Okay. Yeah, if they belong to any organizations, I don't think they belong to any at the moment on the GitHub profile. But they could share a bit more about themselves. But it looks good. Let's close that one and move on. We'll go fast to these. We've got a lot to do. Okay, 30 days of Google Clouds. This is a repo. Let's have a look. So quite a few stars. That's pretty good. Stars are hard. I think the first like 10 are really hard. Then I'll say the next 100 is hard as well. So nothing's been happened in 2 years. So it's not very, very active, but they've got stars, which is good. What else? They haven't got any GitHub Actions running, I don't think, and releases and packages. So let's have a look. It might not be worth running GitHub Actions on this project. There might be nothing to do. There's always linting even of the markdown files I think you could do. So yeah, let's see. Or you could use it to create releases. So I'll say use releases. I think that's always really important. Use releases, hide packages section. What else have they got? They've hidden the wiki because it's not being used. Project board is not being used. I think you can hide project board. I'm pretty sure you can hide projects tab if not used. And if we go to insights, always a good place to go to start. There's no code of conduct and there's no contributing guide. I think, up to license, like these top ones are kind of the high priority ones, and the ones below are kind of a bit more optional. So we can say missing code of conduct and contributing guide. Add contributing guide. Okay, what else have we got? There's not issues haven't been used. Pull requests haven't been used too much. Let's see, it's got a README. These areas they want to do, they haven't ticked these yet. And it's for you to tick it as you go through it, possibly. But otherwise, I think it looks good. I think it's very neatly laid out, which is good. What do you think in the chat? Let's have a look. A C, yeah, it's the first time I've seen something that isn't an A plus, which is super interesting. So that's good to start seeing things that aren't A plus. I guess they fixed the widget. Have it A plus or remove it. I think just even as A plus, remove it because it's the first time I've not seen an A plus. So that's pretty good. Hey Avi, how you doing? It's late for you in Japan. How you doing? And yes, it needs to be active again. Maybe I'll suggest that. I'll write that in as well. Good suggestion. No activity for the last 2 years. Okay. Close that and move on to the next one. I'm racing through these. Okay. So we got. This is another repo. Okay, let's have a look. We've got missing description. Like that's just like such prime real estate to get people to look at your project. People want more stars, right? But they don't just put the basic information. So definitely description. I'm going to write that down first. Add project description. What else have we got? Not much activity, so we can put that similar to the last one. No recent activity. Releases, I think use releases. I think that's really important. Use releases, and I would say hide packages if not used. What else have they got? They've hidden the wiki tab. How's the README? The README looks good. It's got a demo, which is good. Got links. So I think the README is good. I'm impressed. You've seen some good READMEs. That's great to see. No description. See, no code of conduct. Okay, add code of conduct. And there's templates for these. You don't need to write these from scratch as well. Or there's no license, so people are not going to contribute if there's no license. Having no license doesn't make it more open source. It makes it less open source. Open source license. Okay. I think that's pretty good. What do you all think? We have a look in the chat. Let's have a look. Hey Carl, how you doing? Awesome to have you here. Good morning to you over in the US. Oh no, git ignore. Yep, that's true. Probably worth adding that one actually. Yes, is git ignore required. I'll ask it as a question because I don't know their project, but usually are. Wow, 1 a.m. Thanks for stopping in. Every project needs help from DevOps, just like every project needs help from technical writers and so forth. So yes, go have a look how they're doing their deployment, their automation. Can definitely help in DevOps, absolutely. And being new, you can add value because you can look at it from a fresh perspective. Have they missed something? So definitely have a look. Okay. Thank you so much, Pravesh, for your support. Really appreciate it. Wow, you just arrived home. That's late. What have you been up to? Let's have a look if they write a good commit. Okay. They said README file updated. That's not a great commit because Git already says kind of what's been updated. So icons added is better. Maybe which icons. So yeah, good suggestion. I think that would definitely help getting more contributors to a project. Let's move on to the next one. So it says portfolio review. Have they got a GitHub link? They have a GitHub link. Okay, awesome. Let's have a look. Hey, has this been active recently? Last month? Okay, okay. So it's just more active. We're getting to more recent stuff. So that looks good. They've got a deployed link, no description. Again, like really, really missing a trick with no description. Missing, what I should say, add repo description. I know it's probably in your README, but people aren't going to go down straight away. Although this is a standard README, I think. What do you think? I think this looks like the default README, so they probably want to add a README as well. Customize README. I want the default one. What else have we got? They have hidden stuff on the side. Oh, that's good. So they're not using releases. They've hidden it. They're not using packages. They've hidden it, which is good. They should use releases, but that's fine. They've hidden it, which is good. What else? If you want people to contribute to your projects, you need to have issues and need to use labels because that's what people search for on GitHub. So no code of conduct, no license. Add code of conduct and license. Okay. So pull requests, again, that's an automated one from Dependabot. But here there's no issues, and this is what people use to search GitHub. Actually, they have no topics on this repo as well, I think. So another good thing to do, people search GitHub for topics as well. So maybe they should add topics too. For me, looking at these, I'm learning a lot because I remind myself. I forget as well, and hopefully it's helping all of you as well. What do some of you suggest? Let me check the chat. Yeah, use conventional commits is a really good one. I'm not going to suggest that because that's kind of not that it's a good suggestion, but it's a bit more challenging. So I would say it's like a medium priority rather than the other ones, which are probably a bit more high. So again, I think it's a great suggestion, but hopefully I'll do some of the other things first, and then this would be my second set of suggestions, let's say. Oh, Chrissy might have been replying to swap code. Sorry, my bad, Chrissy. Yes, conventional commits are really good and how to write good commits. Really helps, absolutely. But it's hard, to write things in like 5 words is tough. Is Flutter good for open source? Yes. Don't worry about the technology. Technologies will change, but the community and collaboration from open source will stick around. Eddie, right? All the things that people have been seeing. That's true, and then that's probably a good point, and just remove the ones. But I want to keep it kind of authentic and fresh. But you're right, that's a good way of doing it. But also gives you all time to have a look as well, because I think a lot of people aren't suggesting too much at the moment. GitHub reply templates are really good. I think I am full of my GitHub reply templates. I think it's like a limit of maybe 10 or 12, which is really surprised. And I hit the limit. So yes, I probably need to tidy those up and have a look, see if I can maybe combine some and do what I think swap code was suggesting. And when I add the reply, I can just delete part of it, if that makes sense. So maybe group some of the similar ones together so I don't use so many. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so now you have all commented. Let's close this one and move on to the next one. Stakes Social. And this is a repo as well. Okay, got more repos today. I think last time we had more profiles. 70 stars. Oh, they're growing now. Okay, nice. It's looking good. I know stars don't mean anything, but it's just an interesting number nonetheless. Talking about numbers, have you all given this video a thumbs up yet? How are we doing on thumbs up on this video? I think we usually switch to the looking at the people in the chats, kind of profiles, repos and stuff, and we get about 50 thumbs up. So what are we at now? We're at like 100? Must be at 100 by now. Let me know in the chat. Okay, it's 45 branches. That's a bit high. Like branches should be short-lived. Too many branches. Suggest removing, or I just say remove old ones. Remove stale. That's what they call it. Stake Social. So they've kind of got the URL in the description. I don't think that really adds much value. Change repo description to from URL because it's right below it to description. Unfortunately, people can't contribute that. It's a shame this can't be part of the repo, and then people could make suggestions and improvements to it as well. So yeah, the project's been going for like 3 years, and last activity was last month. So it's pretty good. Maybe they should make a release rather than the branches. So create a release. I say create releases and hide packages. Doing this manually, it means I remember what they are as well. So what else have we got? Yeah, so they could like literally copy some of this and put it up in the description of the repo. So they got a screenshot, which is also really good. Yarn, they add a few more steps probably to their setup, make it easier for people. Maybe clone, navigate into the directory, and then those commands as well. But they worked hard and they did quite well, but not been so active recently. Let's have a look. They've got most of these ticks. That's pretty good. They do have some pull requests, or are they all dependency updates? All dependency updates. What about issues? Well, they've been using issues. So this project obviously was more active before, which is good. Let me switch to have a look at the chat and see what you've all written and suggested in the chat as well. 9 so far. Okay. We need to do a bit better on that. No worries, Avi. You go get some rest. Thanks for popping in, and look forward to geeking out soon. It's been too long. I should be back in your time zone, hopefully in February. Okay, what else? We've got 9. Okay, we need to work a bit more on that. Let's have a look. Okay, so no suggestions on this one. Let's move on. But they worked hard. I think that's really good. Let's close and let's go. So we're over to here now. And this is a profile. Profile's always good fun. And you can see the community already giving feedback. So awesome work. Produma has already done that probably a while ago. Let's have a look. I'm a bit behind. Yes. A year and a half ago, Produma has already done that, which is awesome. I think that's a great profile picture. Like, this is important, right? When you go window shopping or when you see a car for the first time, you do judge it by its cover. And I think having a profile picture that there's someone's clear face, they're not too serious, they're kind of happy. Like, this person seems friendly, right? So you're reviewing this and not reviewing it, you're looking at this. This could be because they're applying for a job or whatever it is. And first impressions are important. And I think the first impression, even when you want someone to style your repo, first impressions are important. So yes, I think that's great. One line description or one line bio, maybe you can add 2 lines, add a little bit more, give yourself some more justice. You've got a couple of links in there, which is good. And you've got some organizations. I think it looks really good. Profile views, not a fan. I will say great profile. I mean, that was brilliant. Great profile picture. I probably need to update mine as well. You should all review mine and I can make some improvements. So I would say profile views, remove profile views badge. I just think that just looks terrible. These things, I don't even look at them. I can't see them. I literally just glaze over them straight away. So I'm not a huge fan of those. They would be on one line, by the way, because I've zoomed in. So they pop to 2 line. You got your socials, you got your tools, maybe too many widgets. I would suggest maybe too many. Highly suggest reducing. I think so. What do you all think? And then 6, there's no pinned repos, they're just popular ones. So used pin 4, I think pin 4, pin 2 or 4 repos. It's always a good one. I haven't had much activity this year. I need to do some more pull requests because everything else is in double figures. So you've got code reviews above 10% or 10%, so that's good. And then issues and then commits. So I would suggest do more pull requests. What do you all think? Let me have a look at the chat while you're all looking at this. Scroll up slightly. Here we go. I'll move to the chat. What do you all think? Let's have a look. What have I missed? Let's see. Okay, no worries. You've all been chatting to yourself. That's fine. That's good. That's what I love to see. Hey, Rajneesh, awesome to have you here. Thanks for coming. And you're all chatting about Flutter and helping people find repos. Love that. That's epic. Great to support. Okay, we'll close this then, and let's move on to the next one. Okay, if I refresh this, how are we doing? Catching up on this last page. Okay, this is a profile as well. Let's have a look. And again, Produma done lots of reviews as well, which is good. Okay, so profile picture. They look professional but casual with a tie but open collar. I think it looks really good. I think that's great. They've got a bio, which I think is awesome. They got their location and they got some links, and they got quite a few organizations, which I think is good. I think it looks very, very good. What else? Profile reviews. I think we should remove profile views. Again, you got these things. I just don't see them. What else? Got some more social links, and you got your favorite tech. I like how that's organized, like really, really clean and tidy. And some widgets. I think this is probably taking up too much space and doesn't really add any value. So remove animated GIF as takes up too much space. But also everything else looks really quite professional and organized. You've got this thing at the bottom, which I think doesn't look very professional. So pinned, you've got 4, which is great. Maybe do some more contributions and create some issues. So do more open source contributions. Create more issues. What do you all think? Let me put this back up here and have a look at the chat. What are you all thinking? Profile looks good. Exactly. Nice. Contribute in big repo, make profile good. Don't worry about big repos. I think people really try and focus too much on big repos. And contributing is the important part. Learning how to collaborate, learning to learn technologies, learning the soft skills. Just you can learn so much, and if you're doing on the bigger projects that you might do less on, then you're going to learn less. So I think it's important to keep learning and growing your network. And yes, active again. Learning more about front-end development, and then after that, I'll start contributing. Learn as you go along. You don't need to wait until you know something to contribute. Go and learn as you go along. So yes, go and learn on real-world projects. Get that real-world experience. Cool. Exactly, just like Chrissy suggests. Learn at the same time. Okay, how many thumbs up have we got in the video now? We've got 20 people here. We should have about 20 thumbs up at least. But thanks all for being here on your Saturday. Super excited to geek out with you all. Okay, so no more suggestions on this. Let me move to the next one. Okay. And we've got Medusa. Let's have a look at Medusa. Okay. So look at this, almost 20,000 stars. And I didn't do that in one day. So remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Too many people give up on their repos way too early. You can see here, if we look down here, 3 years ago. So the project was started a while ago, but they're still going. And the last contribution was yesterday. So yes, keep going. This is a great motivation for all of us. So let's have a look. So what have we got? So great, impressive stars, impressive forks. That's a good first impression. Probably too many branches though. I wonder if I can. I probably can't have a look at the stale branches. So you've got default branch, you've got active branches, you've got a lot of stale branches. So we could probably, they updated 2 years ago. So a lot of those could probably go. Remove stale branches. What do you all think? This is an impressive project. Building blocks for digital commerce. Okay, that's good. They've got a bit of a bio there. Let's go to insights and go to community standards. What have we got? There's no code of conduct. So even this project with almost 20,000 stars is doing lots of great things, but they don't have a code of conduct. Wow. So we all get it wrong. So we can all make improvements, and you can all make suggestions, right? You could actually click propose and make a proposal, and they're just templates. You don't have to write this. But raise an issue first. Check their contributing guide and see how they like it. Needs a code of conduct. Okay, and then pull request template. Maybe you want to help them with a pull request template. So with a project that popular, I think a pull request template would help. Pull request template is missing. You just say add pull request template. Okay. What else? What are your first impressions? I'll get back to mine. Let's have a look at yours in a second. Let's see. How can you contribute to open source? Well, you're doing great by being here already. You'll see lots of projects on my screen, and you can contribute to those. You can join us in EdiHub. We have our own open source projects, and the community members have their awesome open source projects as well. 23 likes. Okay, we do a bit better. We're getting there. Thank you very much for letting me know. 29. Okay, pretty good. Nice jump. Thank you, everyone. Getting close to 50. Or should we aim for 100 today? What do you think? Okay. 31. Okay, thank you, everyone. We're getting closer. Nice. Okay, what do you all think about this repo? So what are your thoughts? I'm sure the README is going to be pretty good. I'm sure it's had lots of contributions to the README, and I'm sure it's pretty good. They kept it quite short. I was expecting it to be longer. And they've got contributing guide here as well. They've got a roadmap discussion, and they've got quick start guides. They've linked it all elsewhere. I wonder where they have linked it to. Is it in the project? Let's have a look. Quick start guide. They deploy it. Okay. I wonder where the code for that is. Is it in this repo or another repo? Hopefully in this one. It looks like. Does that look more grayed out to you? It might be what do you call it? A sub repo, which I don't recommend doing. I think have it all in the same place. There's new bug fixes or features come in, and then documentation can come in at the same time as well. They've got GitHub Actions running, I'm pretty sure they have, which is good. Have they got the project boards? Oh, they have no new project board. Any classics? Okay, so they probably want to hide that if they're not using that. So if not using project boards, suggest hiding the tab. I think we can hide it. I have to check now. I'm doubting it. Lots of tags, which is great. You got the releases down the side. You can sponsor the project. I think that's all looking pretty good. So your project doesn't get there very easily. They've worked hard at this, so well done. I think that's great. And I'm sure they're using issues and labels, and you can search for good first issues. And then people can discover the project as well. 120 open pull requests. Wow, that's quite a lot. So yeah, I think it's looking good. I have one last look at the chat, and then we'll submit this and see if I've missed anything. Let's have a look. Hey, Praduma, how you doing? Praduma, we've seen you come up quite a few times in this live stream. When we're looking at these issues where people submitted their projects or profiles, you've already reviewed them, which is awesome. So thank you so much. Absolutely love that. Hey, Kunal, how you doing? Great to see you last week, and I'll see you in a few weeks as well. So always great to geek out. How's everything going? And congrats on Twitter, or X, I should say, payout. That was amazing. Really, really good. Okay, let me get back to this. I want to submit this one. There's no more suggestions on this. Let's submit that and move on to the next one. So if I refresh this, now these two, they didn't have GitHub links, so we will close them. So we've kind of done a page. Okay, it wasn't a full page, but we have done a page. So yes, let's move on to the next one. We have a profile. Okay, Kunal, how's your profile? So you can see Praduma's already given thoughts and feedback, which I think is amazing. This is a while ago, so I'm a bit behind, but Praduma is fast. So I think this looks good. You've got a profile picture where the person looks happy. I think that's super important. And yeah, good bio. I think it looks good. What have I missed in the chat? I haven't missed too much. 32 likes now. Okay, we're growing. It's good to go in the right direction. And one organization, which is good as well. Okay, what else? This looks like an SVG or something, maybe, because it looks a bit animated. It looks good. I like it. Haven't seen many of those, so I think that's quite unique. But probably don't need the extra 3 widgets. Is this a widget underneath? I clicked on it. I did something. I don't know what I did. Okay, I don't know what that is. But this missing one doesn't look great. So one of the widgets doesn't work, and it doesn't look very good. So make sure you're careful which widgets you use. 6 pinned. Probably a bit much. No, the profile's short. I think they can get away with 6, but usually recommend 4. They need to do more code reviews. Pull requests are almost in double figures, but they need to do more code reviews. Try to do more code reviews. That's an important skill to have, and it's really hard. It's something you've got to practice, right? in addition to the obvious ones, which is like communication and collaboration and understanding certain technologies, you need empathy, which is really, really hard, and that's super important. And it's a skill that you got to practice, and that's what you need to do by reviewing pull requests. And remember, you don't have to be a maintainer on the project to review pull requests. So let's have a look. We have an interesting question here. Okay. Do you think people still need to learn code even the AI tools exist? Yes, 100%. One, who's going to code the AI tools? And two, the AI tools kind of get it wrong. They sometimes have a starting point, but to be honest, from what I've seen, they're not great. They're great at kind of assisting. A bit like, with the Tesla cars when they kind of brake for you when you're in traffic, and if you an ABS braking and kind of lane detection, they help. They're not driving cars just yet. So yeah, definitely. I think it's going to separate. AI is going to kind of separate people. It's going to make a bigger gap. The people who just use AI and kind of copy and paste it, they're going to become quite obvious. And the people who don't use it, or who use it but then customize it to their own needs. So what do you all think of this profile? I think it looks good. Great profile picture. I like the uniqueness of this. I don't think I can click on it. Okay, it just goes to repo. Okay, let's move on. If you have no suggestions, we'll move on. Let's have a look. We have a profile. Okay. And Praduma is there again. Amazing work, Praduma. Let's have a look. Okay. So this looks good. If you don't want to put a picture of yourself, I get it. Maybe do that. But to be honest, I would put a picture of yourself. It just helps so much. Make your life easier. I like it that you've got all these things that you do, which is great. Your location, and you've got your socials, and you're part of some organizations as well. Brilliant. Profile views, I would say remove profile views. Remove profile views badge. Okay. You've got these, which is good. Contact me. A lot of platforms there, but all looks good. Language and tools, and you got some widgets. I'd probably remove that last widget. Popular, maybe pin some repos. I would say pin 2 or 4 repos, and get a bit more active. Get contributing. Oh, I should say contribute more to open source and code reviews and issues, and try to do more code reviews and issues. What do you all think in the chat? Let me have a look. Yeah, AI is going to get smarter and better, but I still don't think we have to worry about Terminator or any of those movies like that just yet. Not a fan of the description. How come? I see a lot of people do that on Twitter, and I've seen a lot of people do it on GitHub. I think having more sentences is probably good, but it's not bad. It's better than having nothing, I think. Yeah, I didn't even mention it now. Did you notice? I don't even see it. Like, it literally just kind of just goes past my face. I just don't even see it anymore. If I was to start over and AI exists, I don't think it would change anything. I would still just learn it the way that I normally would. I actually made a video on this like a year ago on what I'd do if I started again. But AI, I don't think changes that. I really, really don't. Yeah, it's just like a fancier Stack Overflow. Be careful what it gives you, because a lot of the time it's out of date. Same with Stack Overflow, same with AI. That's actually a good tweet. I should do that. Someone remind me. I'll do that tweet. Well, okay, so should we say remove trophies? I am not a fan of the trophies. Bit close. What we got up next is a profile. Got some profiles coming up. Praduma again. It's amazing. I like that profile picture. It's of a Polaroid, which is quite funny. It gives that kind of abstract effect. I think it's good. You look happy. I think it's really great. So I think it's really good. Open source enthusiast and contributor. Nice. Bit short. I would say a bit more about yourself. Don't be shy. Maybe join some organizations. Try to join some GitHub organizations like GitHub. What else have we got? About me looks good. Tech stack, a couple of widgets, just one line of widgets. That's pretty good. Latest blog post looks nice. 5 pinned. Never pin an even number. I would say pin for, I would say 2 or 4 really. It's a short profile, so they could get away with 6. And they haven't got much activity. Before I should put repos at the end, and then try to contribute to open source more. Okay, and then there's no issues at all. Try to do more issues. What do you all think? Let me have a look at the chat. I did see in the corner of my eye the chat moved. What was the previous review? I forget. Check your local area of companies you want to work for. Anything you learn is going to be helpful. So you will learn so much by doing it, because most of these languages have so much in common. And you started off with, I think, Java, which is one of the harder languages. So other things should seem a bit easier. So yeah, just keep learning, keep moving forward. I would not overuse AI. I would just build projects and make sure you build them and build them in public. It will give you content, put them on GitHub. And hopefully when you get on to your second project or 2-3 months later, you'll hate your first project because you've learned so much since then. So it's really, really important. We have a lot to cover. Yes. We probably do like an hour, something like that. It's the weekend. I want you all to have a good work-life balance and enjoy your weekend and get open source coding, of course. So I will try and do them more often. And we have Hacktoberfest coming up soon as well. So we'll get all revving up, ready to go for Hacktoberfest. Okay. How are the thumbs up doing on the YouTube video? Do we all need a reminder? A banner. Here we go. Thumbs up. Also, a reminder what we say in Eddie Hub. Collaboration first, code second. Okay. Right, let's move on to the next one. Close. How are the thumbs up doing? Are we time? Is it that time where we can look at your profiles and repos and stuff? Because you've been here a whole way along. I really appreciate everyone. I'm keen to look at yours as well. So let me know. Let's have a look. I refresh this. What have we got? There's no GitHub link, so we won't do it. Okay, next one. No GitHub link. Next one. Oh, profile. And with a GitHub link. Cool. And Chibi is also making some suggestions, which is awesome. That's how you network with people as well, by just getting involved in the conversation. I think people overthink it too much. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Anish, hopefully I pronounced your name okay. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate it. Okay, let's get going. So profile picture looks good. You can see it looks like a kind of a sticker, but it looks good. And they've got a good description as well, which is great. They belong to a few organizations. Again, really awesome. Looks good. Connect with me, their socials, technologies that they use. They've separated into languages and frameworks and libraries and stuff, which I think is great. And they've got, one row of widgets, which I think is a good balance. This snake thing, it's the snake. I wonder, we saw it on another profile. I wondered what it was. It doesn't work on all profiles, so we should make that suggestion. The animated snake doesn't work. So looks bad. I think it looks bad if it doesn't work. If it's not going to work on all browsers, then I would suggest not using it. You got 6 pinned. It's not too bad because the profile's quite short, but then how do people know what to look for? Like, too many choices is not good for people. So I'd say pin for repos, I think would be better. And get a bit more active, I think, on open source. Contribute more to open source. Shouldn't overthink it. Okay, I'm going to leave this on the screen. I'm going to check the chat and see what you've all been up to. Okay, so no suggestions for this one. So you all love this one. You think it's perfect. Okay, sounds good. What else? And they've got sponsors on there, which I think is great. Let's close that one and move on to the next one. Which one did we get to? I lost my place now. Was it this one? Nope. Was it this one? Nope. Maybe this one. Oh, this is an org, I think. Oh, it's a profile. Okay, cool. This one has had no one comment on it yet, so we'll be the first to comment. So, what do you think? I think the profile picture is really funny. It's like very arty, so that's good. They got a bio, which is good. They're following people, and they got people following them again, which looks good. The location and the Pub Eddie Hub, so extra 10 points for that. And they've got animated GIF. Okay, I think that's quite funny. And a short customized profile. It's still customized, which is really good. And they got 2 pinned. Looks great. I think they need to do more code reviews, issues, and pull requests is my biggest suggestion, I think. What do you all think? To contribute more to open source. Can't spell open source. Also try to do more pull request, reviews, and issues. Not much to say about that one, I don't think. What do you think in the chat, everyone? Krish, thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. Always great to chat to you in Discord as well. I'll have a good weekend. I'll chat to you soon. Okay, let's have a look. What have we got? No, I'll stay. Okay. Okay, let me close that and move on. How are the thumbs up going on the YouTube video? We got 100 yet? What, that was that one. Let's have a look at this one. This is another profile. Okay, let's have a look. Well, the feedback is positive, so let's have a look. We can all go learn something. It looks good. Again, a really good profile picture. It looks professional, but looks happy as well, which is great. Short bio. They're following people. They got people following them. Remember, it's a social platform as well. They're not part of Eddie Hub, so I would highly recommend they join Eddie Hub. But this is kind of broken. So I would just say, again, be careful of animated SVGs. Animated SVGs work well on Safari. It's animated SVG, but I'm pretty sure it is. Because a GIF would work fine. Suggest changing. What else? So they talk a bit about themselves, which is great. Latest blog posts, their connections, languages and tools. One widget is missing. Maybe too many widgets. I think I saw that over here. Connect with me. And then, okay, it's a different thing. Okay, so what do you all think? So too many widgets. Recommend removing some. I don't think they need the recent repositories because you've got those pinned below. 5 pinned. I suggest pinning 4. Pin 4 repos, not 5. And they've been active up until kind of May, June. They need to do some code reviews and some issues. Keep contributing to open source. Also look at doing reviews and issues. That's my thought, but it looks good. Thank you for sharing. It's quite scary to share your repo and profile and so forth. Yeah, little value, but often is the best way to do it. Absolutely. Exactly. How would you make a SaaS provider website open source? I'd just hit public on the repo, and that's a step 1. And then you need to make it more welcoming for contributors and for people to discover it. It's so different to a private project when no one really sees it. Follow lots of web devs. Don't just follow one. Follow multiple. By chatting here, Gurpreet, hope I pronounced your name okay. Sorry if I didn't. Just being here, chatting to people, right? Asking questions is a really great way. And support other people, answer their questions and so forth. I think it's really important. Like Vinit asked a question. Maybe you could ask bit more about the project or what technology it uses. Again, that's just people overthink it, I think, too much, and we just need to just imagine you met someone at a tech event. Just say hi and just chat to them. It's the same as online as well. I'm doing good, thank you. Happy Saturday to you as well. Thank you so much for asking. Okay, awesome. So no suggestions on this one. I'm guessing you all like it. I think it's a very good profile. So I appreciate them then submitting it. Okay. Wow, I've been going for almost an hour already. How many likes have we got on this YouTube video? Is it time to start looking at your projects and profiles? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, so this is a good question. Again, I wasn't completely clear on what they mean. Like Linkfree is turning into a SaaS product, but what do they mean by SaaS provider? Yes, definitely build a SaaS product and make it open source. I have a video on this actually. There's like over 10 ways to make money from open source. SaaS being one of them. That's what we're doing in the Linkfree project. So it's 100% open source. But if people want extra features, they can host it themselves if they wanted to, because again, it's open source, or they could pay just to get some extra features if they wanted, again, to make it a sustainable model. So I'm learning and sharing my journey as I go. I should do more YouTube videos on it. I do a lot of tweets on it, but I should probably do some YouTube videos on it. So let me know. It's 42. Okay, we're getting close to 50. Well, hopefully we get to 50 in the time I'm reviewing all of yours. So thanks, Krish. Krish, when are you going to contribute more to Linkfree? Okay, right. So let's look at some people who have been here since the beginning. Who has submitted an issue? Let me know the number. You won't be able to share a link in the chat. YouTube will remove the link. But if you share the number, we can review it here now and give it a shout out. So thanks all for being here on a Saturday. Hope you're having a good weekend. Of course, relax. Do open source and make a friend in the open source community. Seriously, it's the best thing you can do. How can we learn and build in public using Twitter or LinkedIn or focus on one platform? So do open source, and then I will give you ideas and content to share. You can share things you've learned, things you're working on, etc. And you could share them both on Twitter and LinkedIn and then see which one you want to focus more time on. Sharing the same content on both isn't great, but it's a good place to start. It's a good place to start. So let's have a look. When my exams, I can contribute to Linkfree. Okay. You've always got exams, Krish. Always. But we're waiting for you. Sure. Sorab, you've been here since the beginning. Let's have a look. 8036. Let's have a look. 8036. Have a look. We have a repo 4 days ago. Okay. Let's have a look. Wow, 1.6 stars. Okay. 1.6K of stars. That's very, very good. You've got a description, which I think is really important, and you've got a link to try it. Maybe too many topics. Reduce topics. There are so many that I wouldn't look at them. I think, yeah, it's finding that balance. You probably only want kind of 2 or 3 lines. You got way too many. I wouldn't even look at it. Wouldn't even start. So I think you're missing an opportunity there, and then it pushes everything else down as well. I think you need some releases. So when was the project started to go? So 3 years ago, the project was started. Okay, so you need some releases. Reduce repo topics, create releases. I'm not going to say hide it. I think you should use that. Hide packages if you're not using it. Hide packages. Again, just show people what you want them to see. Like, don't you need these extra things here? And also you're kind of pushing everything else further down. So, but great work. An hour ago, so it's active. It's got a green tick, which is awesome. Looks good. I think you're mixing cases here. You've got assets and data and demo and UI all uppercase, and then you've got archive scripts are lowercase. I would be consistent with that. Be consistent with naming conventions. I think it's important. I think it's really important to be consistent. What else have we got here? Looks good. How does it work? Looks nice. How to get started. You got some documentation. You got Docker as well. Okay, great. Looks good. First impressions definitely looks good. I got a few more suggestions, but let me have a look at the chat and see what others think as well. Let's have a look. Okay. Sure, that's a great question. See, I love questions, and I bet you're not the only person thinking this. So thank you so much for asking this question because it will help other people as well. We are reviewing GitHub open source repositories and GitHub profiles. So this one is a repository, and we've had a few profiles already. So that's what we're reviewing. On trying to give feedback with fresh pair of eyes, fresh perspectives. I haven't seen these profiles or repos before. Repos is short for repositories, by the way. But now a repository, which is showing on the screen now, is more like a project because you have issue tracking, you have discussions, you have so many other things. So really, it's reviewing the project, let's say, but how we can make them more discoverable, more friendly for people to contribute. For example, like I click on Wiki, they've got one page, which is the home page, which we're on. So again, someone might click on that and go, oh, they haven't got any documentation. They probably do have documentation, but it might be somewhere else. So I would say hide Wiki. Wiki is not used, so hide tab. Make it easy for people to discover what you want them to discover. Project board, not used. Probably hide the project board as well. I'm pretty sure you can hide the project board. Let's have a look. If we go to Insights and go to Community Standards, you haven't got a contributing guide. So I would definitely recommend adding that as well. But Sorav, I hope I pronounced it okay. Hope that helps. There are so many communities. Chrissy's mentioned one. There's Eddie Hub, our community as well. Everyone's super friendly and supportive in there. There are so many. I'd recommend joining a few and having a look. Just be a fly on the wall and see which ones you like the conversation, which look friendly and safe and so forth, and then get active. But don't join loads and not be active. Think of it like joining the gym. No point having 10 gym memberships and never going. Join one gym and go. And in the future, if you change the gym or you change community, that's fine. But be there for a while, make friends. 10th grade, Krish, you're like at uni already. I know you're at college for sure. What was trending on GitHub? Your repo. That's really good. That helps a lot. Beta's coming soon. I do. I have lots of open source courses and videos on YouTube. Go check out my channel. I think I have one that's like an hour long, 45 minutes, an hour long on walking through what GitHub is about. So I highly recommend having a look at that. And if anything's missing, let me know and I'll do a part 2 or make a new one. Exactly. Chrissy beat me to it. Yes, exactly. Thanks, Chrissy. Okay. So what else have we got? But looks good. Okay. So we will move on to the next one. Right, what have we got next? Who have we got? Swap code has been here since the beginning. Let's have a look. 850. The profile. Okay, awesome. Cool. Let's have a look. What's your first impressions, everyone? Mine is great picture. It's kind of, funny but serious and a bit arty. I really like it. It's hard to capture that in a photo, so great photo. And you have a description, which is super, super important. And you have a link to your Twitter. Great. You haven't got any organizations. I would definitely join Eddie Hub. So I highly recommend. You just need to create an issue. You'll get a green square for creating that issue. And then the bot will add you to the organization. I highly recommend that. We actually have a getting started guide. So you can get lots of green squares on your first day here. So if you go to, I'll share this in the chat. But you scroll down here, steps to getting started, join the Eddie Hub GitHub org and makes your profile more discoverable and all the rest. Join our Discord. And then you can practice adding your name to Hacktoberfest practice repo, which is a great way just to practice the workflow, forking your project, creating a pull request, because all these terms are quite scary. And then you can move on to Linktree and actually here's my video course as well. Make your profile stand out. I've got a free course on that as well. Lots of great stuff. I'll leave this here so we can refer back to if anyone else needs it, and I will share that in the chat as well. There we go. Okay, so popular repos. I would suggest pinning a repo rather than just having popular ones. pin for repos. Also customize your GitHub profile. I think that's super, super important. And you can do that by creating a repo that's the same name as your username. And anything you put in that README will appear at the top here. That's how people do it. I have a free course on that. So you can, it's in the link that I shared. You can go check that out. It's text and video. So it walks you through it, how to do Markdown, how to do GitHub Actions, and then customize your profile. You can do with GitHub Actions if you want as well to make it more dynamic. But it looks good. I would just say get involved a bit more. But it looks good. Come and geek out with us in EdiHub. There for you. But thank you so much for sharing. Okay, and supporting the live stream. I really appreciate it. Wow, we've been going for an hour already. Yeah, Chrissy is busy in open source community as well, which is great. So they're doing a lot of great things on open source as well, and they're ramping up to Hacktoberfest. It's going to be an exciting few months. Looking forward to geeking out, everyone. Okay, what else have we got? Okay, 7966. Let's have a look. 7966. That's I got the number right? Yes. Let's have a look. Okay, GitHub profile. Okay. We got again great profile picture. Looks you got a shirt on, but you still look happy. It's not too serious. I think that is great. And you got a description. Again, you're following people, they're following you. You've made use out of this part. You got the time zone enabled, which is super helpful. So make it easy, make everything easy for everyone else. So this is great. They can see what time zone you're in. You haven't joined EdiHub, so I highly recommend joining EdiHub. But it looks really good. Probably, I don't know, they're two different weighted headings, so they're not the same, which is good. But so many lines, I just don't think it looks so great. I'm not a designer by any means, but just my first impression. Next.js and Tailwind CSS. Come and geek out with us on the Linkfree project. Devesh, come and geek out with us. I need help. I'm learning all the time. This looks good. Currently focusing on open source. It's funny. Your socials. I'd probably put your socials a bit higher, to be honest. I'd probably put them under there because this takes up a lot of space. Move social badges higher up profile. Otherwise, it looks really good. Check out my blog post. Is this automated? Is this done with the GitHub action? Let's have a look. Actions. Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. Like that. Really good. Got 2 pinned. Wow, that's a lot of green squares. Brilliant. Great work. I would just say I do have some constructive criticism, if you don't mind. I would say it's very commit heavy. I would try and do code reviews, issues, and pull requests more. Try and get those in double figures, like over 10% each. That will still leave 70% for commits, though, so you'll still be okay. I'm not going to say try and contribute more because you're doing a lot already, but try to do more code reviews, issues, and pull requests. Code reviews are the hardest ones and probably the most impressive as well. There you are. You have contributed to EdiHub, but you're not in the org. Come and join our org and come and contribute more. I need some help. But otherwise, it looks really good. What does everyone else think in the chat? Let me see. Let's see what everyone else thinks. Okay. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Tom has also reviewed so many of these as well. Obviously, Praduma and Tom's name come up a lot. So thank you so much for reviewing these a long time ago. I'm way behind. So awesome work. Great to have you here, Tom. Yes, Tom does a lot of reviews. Absolutely. Void, you are late, but thank you for joining. We're going for over an hour, so we'll finish soon. But thanks for joining. Okay, let's have a look. What have we got? Catching up with that. No GIF is good. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of animated stuff on the profiles. I mean, one small thing, okay, but not too many. Yeah, it's automated. Okay, perfect. Yeah, awesome. You've solved a few issues. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. No, Krish, I get nervous. You're smarter than me, so I get nervous. You always try and like trick me and catch me out. So, enter my link for username by guess or issue number. You don't want to change. I don't accept it. It's like that Mission Impossible. If you choose to accept it, I don't accept it. I don't. No, no. Um, I do not accept it. Okay. Yeah, not much to say on that. I think that looks really good. So, oh, I copied in the wrong thing. Sorry. Looks great. Reviewed on live stream. Some suggestions. But yeah, otherwise, I think that's really good. Good work. Oh, I closed that. I need that. I don't want to close that. I need to go back to the issues. Okay. Linktree, Chris, I'm nervous. No, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. I want to try and avoid Chris's one, and I'm going to go see Chrissy's 8:55. Okay. Yeah, I've reviewed this before already on a live stream as well. Almost 400 stars. Looks good. I've got a description and got some topics, which is great. And you've got a link to it, which is really good. Got releases. Maybe you want to use Semver in your releases. Semver releases. But looks good. Deployments, languages. Looks great. 3 days ago, green tick. 2 branches, so it's like low, which is good, and then tags are higher, which is good. So looking good. Using conventional commits, looks good. Table of contents, again, it's you don't need it because it's already up here already, but it still looks good. Nothing wrong with having it. It just makes it a bit longer for people to get to this section, but it's not that bad. I'm not even going to write it down because it's such a small thing. Well, I could write it down because I probably haven't got much to say because it looks pretty good because I've reviewed it before, I'm pretty sure. Table of contents is generated by GitHub already. But that looks good. What else? We check insights and see community standards, probably full house. Full house. Perfect. Issues, got labels as well. Brilliant. Looks good. Pull requests, looking good as well. And they've been assigned. It's looking very, very good. I think, and you've hidden the wiki and you've hidden the project board, so that proves that we can hide the project board if you don't use it. Obviously, I recommend using it, but if you don't, you can hide it, which is good. Discussions are being used. No, I don't think I have too much to say. What does everyone else think in the chat? Let's have a look. No, I every time I accept it, and every time I regret it, Krish. Every time, you always win. We know you're gonna win. So yes, perfect. Thanks for sharing. I will close that. Not much to add. Looking good. Okay, there's probably a good place to end live stream. How many thumbs up have we got on this live stream? Come on, we reached 100, right? 150, at least 50. We were at like 31 last time I asked. How many have we got? Maybe if some of you haven't yet, let me put this up on the screen. Give the video a thumbs up. Thank you very much. It supports. It doesn't cost you anything, I promise. But it's also great to geek out with you all today. I really enjoyed it. We should do these more often. What do you think? I do enjoy live streaming, reviewing projects. I want to do some coding ones. I had an idea for a massive feature on Linktree, and I thought I could do like a whole day live stream and build it together. You'll see me struggle a lot, but we'll see. We can see how it goes. Or try and build like a little startup on the live stream and see what you think. It will help. We have 48, almost 50. Okay, I'll take that. Next time we're gonna. I went from 40 to 48. Okay, so by me asking for thumbs up, it went up by 8. So okay, good to know. I should ask for it more often. So yes, see 45th. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks all for joining. Don't forget to come and geek out with us in the Eddie Hub community. And we can geek out all the time. If you're new to open source, it's a great place to start. If you want to upskill in open source and get more real world experience, it's a great place to get involved. There's so many amazing people here. So thank you all so much for being there. Have a great weekend. Oh, we got 50. Yes. Thank you so much, Drav and Sanket. Hope I pronounced your names okay. I really, really appreciate it. That's great. It's made me really happy today to reach 50. So, we're still climbing 51. Thank you all for supporting. I appreciate it, especially people who've been here the whole time. Let's geek out in Eddie Hub Discord. There's a link in the description below, and I will see you there so we can chat between live streams and video. And yeah, let's all succeed together. Have a great weekend, everyone. And I will see you in Discord. Bye.